to Secretary that you do not have to read my email. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Tori Reese.
You can start my time at this point. I am going to play a translation that was sent to me by a concerned citizen. Now, quite frankly, I believe that citizen told me that citizen may be in this audience. I don't mind that. Unlike some public speakers, people in presence, here included, I understand that what I do may not be liked by everybody. And the person who wrote this masterful 13-page letter to me in Latin enjoyed my suffering as I translated it. Guarantee you they did. I'm going to request, as per law, additional time to translate this. I'm not asking for the 5 minutes that I'm entitled to. It'll be about 2 minutes of time that I'll read the Latin. Actually, I'm going to play it because I would never be able to pronounce that. And then I'll go through with that. So before I continue, Ms. Secretary, will I be given that additional time for the translation? So you're refusing to allow me time for translation. Okay, thank you.
Maiva, Regina, Versi Mavis Imperator, Archipistola Protemisia Directa Milan Lectionem. Dubbio avete difficoltà avvertenti. Magna cum tristizia non possum videre facem tuam psicotic status verba mea legit.
It's mayor, queen, or if you prefer, emperor. I sent this letter on your behalf to the idiot reading it. No doubt he will have difficulty translating. With great sadness, I cannot see your face as this fool reads my words. In my country of origin, we had a great tyrant. Unfortunately, the people removed him from power in 1945. Should the fine citizens of Kirby vote you out of power, you would always be welcome to represent your fascist ideas abroad. We, the citizen, risk incarceration, fines, and harassment in our effort to promote transparency and integrity within our government. You, the elected, are supposed to represent our interests. Instead, you plot to silence our voice and make a mockery of this representative form of governance. Upon entering a circus, one must act in accordance with the rules of decorum. You have chosen to mock the citizen, and we choose to mock you in return. The last thing I'm going to put out before I read the last paragraph, just to be clear, it mentions Dr. Street, and I believe they felt that Dr. Street would be the only person who understands Latin there. So they said, the emperor may chew cud like a cow and scratch her genitals disrespectfully while Dr. Street spoke. Now Dr. Street may laugh at my mocking of the mayor. You will now toss this fool out if you understand Latin, and again, I regret not being able to see your face as he reads my words. Now that was 1 minute and 40 seconds of Latin. You won't allow me additional time to translate? He continues on, but I don't have the time to translate the important parts there. The first part is, Mayor, he specifically addressed you chewing gum. Now he may have said you chew cud like a cow, but he's referring to you chewing gum up there, which is against decorum. It's against Robert's rules. Please remove your gum in these public forums. Okay? He also mentioned your disrespect to Dr. Street in the last meeting. Okay? She asked you to look at her while she spoke, and you immediately looked down, chewed your gum. Then he referenced something that I noticed, and I know he must have seen it off of my video, because he said that he's not going to be able to watch your face as I speak because he knows where the cameras are. That's why I suspect he's back here somewhere, or he anticipates seeing my video. Either way, he basically said, Mayor, you're going to throw this idiot out if you understand Latin, but he has points. He mentions that you're a dictator, a fascist, compared you to Mussolini and some other things. I could go on into detail with what he said, and it's not needed. The general gist of what he said was clear. You choose to continually do the same things over and over. Now, the last time I was here, you violated my rights to speak. You cut me off before my time was up, and you threw me out. I don't anticipate not being thrown out again. I asked you for reasonable time under law for a translator as required, but you don't want to do that. I understand that. I'm going to say, hey, not a problem. The point is that your citizens have a right to speak about certain things. Now, I've got several citizens who contacted me because they're intimidated to come up here and speak because of the way that you treat them. One of them had lots of praise for one of your animal control officers. Where do I find these people? On your community website. One that you espoused, the one that you said, when you ran for mayor, said that you were going to make sure the citizen had the right to speak. But you obviously lied. I could read that quote too, but you know what you said. Now you do the exact opposite of that. How much time do I have left?
A minute.
Okay, with that last minute, what I'm going to do, instead of quoting that individual specifically, because again, his message is clear. Anyone who wants, I'll post that later if they want to hear exactly what he said. But at this point, what I'm going to do is read the words of your mayor and your councilman. I'm going to start with, if elected, my goals are to foster a relationship with our residents. Through effective communication, bring transparency to our city, and work cohesively. As a council member, we work for the people, and that we should be open and receptive to our residents' concerns and needs. If elected, I'll work hard to ensure that these objectives are met. Those are your words, Ms. Hill. Those are your words. Vote accordingly.
Hey, Mr. Miller, can you move to the side so I can see that sign right by you? I'm just trying to film the sign. If you can just move your fat ass to the side. Okay, thank you, Mr. Miller. You're good.